Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. What's up, TGI? F it, 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 all. I don't know if it's really like that or not, but it is TGIF. It's Friday. 3 weeks later, we are coming to the end of our herb of the week, Bay. What's up, Bay? I mean, did you even think for a minute in your mind, if you're following me in real time, that you were going to hang out with Bay this long? Never in a million years would I thought that this naked dude standing in front of the Bay laurel wreath was going to be on my desk all freaking month. Like, really. But hey, life just took me for a little spin, and I'm happy to have had Bay for protection, for some little extra abundance finding my way, like, you know, just letting me know that I am abundant with everything that I need, and also with love and support and experience and God and the Holy Spirit. So anyways, we're gonna do a pick a pile today. Pick a lover. You guys, it is Valentine's weekend. I feel like I have to. So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, should I do a pick a number? Should I do a pick a stone or pick a crystal? That was fun. I was like, no, I'm not really up for that. And I was like, it is Valentine's. I was like, oh, do you have a love deck? And I was like, yeah, I do. I was like, okay, so we'll have a Whispers of Love card. So like that got me thinking about, oh, it's Valentine's. So then all of a sudden at the end though, I was like, what else could we pick for Valentine's? And I was like, how about pick a lover? And so I'm like, all right, like, okay, so I'm trying to think of my decks, and I'm like, well, which decks do I have that's only people? Because like, I don't want to like use like the messenger oracle and like you have to have a dragon as a lover, right? I know there are some of you who are fine with that, and I'm with you on having a dragon lover, okay? But just, you know, I was like, do you have any other decks? Because then I was thinking like some of my tarot decks, but they're not like all people. And then finally I looked over and I saw Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. And I thought, that is only people. So, and then I started laughing in my head because I was like, well, what if you like pulled Jesus? Like, you know, pick a lover, and it's like between Jesus and, you know, Mary Magdalene and Ganesha. So I was like, it could get weird. But here's the thing. We could also say, I really could clean this up. I could. There's an opportunity right here, right now, that I could clean this up and say, how about pick a love guide? Okay, we could do that, but we're fucking not. No, we're not. We have, like, yesterday I showed up with the trees to have fun, and they were like, actually, you have a job to do. And I was like, well, dang, all right. So today I really would like to have fun with you. So we're going to pick a lover, and we'll pull those here in a sec. Then it's Valentine's, honey. I'm going to send you off with an essential oil so you and your lover can smell good. Some flowers, a whisper of love, a soul flower, a flower essence, Bach flower remedy, and then an energy oracle affirmation at the end. That'll be plenty. So, I mean, I do have a house and children to tend to currently. And can I just say, I've been walking through this house that I am going to get evicted from. And it seems so beautiful to me, you know, like when you know you're going to be leaving something. So anyways, and like looking at other houses this past week and a half, a bunch of shitholes, just made this one look really good. However, it's like time to change, time to move on, time to be open. So anyways, thank you so much for the PayPal donations and listener support. Nobody signed up for that. And I got a new patron this week. So a few people decided, yep, this is the week I'm gonna step up and support this hoe. And I really just want you to know I appreciate it so very much. And I also appreciate Bay. So one last time. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our illuminating herb of the week, Bay. And I dedicate them all to you, honey. Thank you. I am at peace with the past. I see new beginnings in endings. I count my blessings and abundance overflows. I am protected. White light surrounds me and all that I love. I accept and receive all gifts given to me. I am at peace with the past. I see new beginnings in endings. I count my blessings and abundance overflows. I am protected. White light surrounds me and all that I love. I accept and receive all gifts given to me. And so it is. All right, thank you, Bay. All right, I turned off the heat, or else it's going to click on our entire hangout. Let's get the keepers of the light out and shuffled. And dang, this could be interesting. We're going to pick a lover today. Now, what will happen if Jesus shows up? You guys know I'd fuck Jesus, so I'm not even. I mean, it's fine. What if it's we only pull females? Well, pick one, okay? End of days. You gotta pick a lover. And if you are a prude and you don't want to pick a lover, that's fine, because I sometimes am also with you on that. And then in your mind, pick a love guide. Somebody who's going to help you, guide you through this weekend of Valentine's Love Day. Don't get caught up in the Cupid programming. Start to see, listen to this. Start to say, I accept God's love and extend it equally to all. So physicality aside, you can be a lover to everyone as you extend God's love equally to all. That is my weekly affirmation. Remember the whole pathwaysoflight.org 30-day home study program I started doing like 2 months ago? I'm finally on the 4th week, the listen and receive. You can find that at pathwaysoflight.org. And anyways, that's my affirmation for week 4. I accept God's love and extend it equally to all. So you can keep this as beautiful as you want, or I can pick up the first lover that fell on the floor for the first pile. It is Sanat Kumara. Sanat, S-A-N-A-T. Sanat Kumara, K-U-M-A-R-A, and he's from Venus. He's all about light activation. He's got, for the people who are wondering what he looks like, he's kind of like a soft character. He's got longish white hair and pale skin and pale blue eyes, and he's glowing. His staff is glowing, his hands glowing, his outfit's glowing. He's just freaking lit. And he says to shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So your first lover that you might want for this weekend is Sanat Kumara. And we'll learn a little bit about him. Yeah, I think he is I think he is the divine masculine counterpart for Venus, like not just the planet, but the goddess, I think. But he's available this weekend for you. Sanat Kumara. All right, let me shuffle this again, and we'll get a second lover for you to choose from. Come on, you know this is fun, so just loosen up, all right? All right, can I get a lover for that middle pile? So anyways, I guess we're going off the bottom. Yes. You will want this one. It's Serapis Bey. He's dressed in Egyptian garb. He's wearing eyeliner. He's fantastic. He's all about ascension. Serapis Bey. And he loves the herb of the week. And he says to move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. So he's kind of coming in with that sort of like hero vibe a lot. Maybe like in comparison, Sanat, your first choice, is like shine your light. He wants you to listen to yourself. He wants really to support you. And so does Serapis Bey. He wants you to move into your true self too, but he wants you to rise above the darkness. So, I mean, they're both good. You cannot go wrong. Yes, you can have them all, but if you want to just pick one, here are your choices. See, now I'm hoping for a female for this last one. I mean, you know, I know my listeners, and they are varied. I know you guys and girls and like everybody. I get it. So I'm hoping for like Bridget or something for the last one. All right, here we go. Pick a lover. You got Sanat Kumara, Serapis Bey, and to round out okay, this one is upright in the top half. There is no denying what card is 90% sticking out of the deck. All right, so this is Paul the Venetian, and he is wearing a rose around his neck. All right, so I wanted to, like, you know, be well-rounded for my listenership, but straight girls for the win. Paul the Venetian is all about experiencing grace. Now, time out. This morning, I did lesson 43 for A Course in Miracles, and the Teen of Jesus notes were all about us understanding that we are not our bodies. And I listened, I took notes, I did a narration, I made a video, all that, fine and good. I'm understanding I am not my body. My spirit enlivens my body. I also understand that I have had other incarnations where I have been other bodies. I have been male, I have been female, I have been all types of appearances. I'm not a fucking body. I get it. However, 10 minutes later, when I sit down to do this podcast, I'm very much looking at bodies here. Okay, so the body that I'm looking at now, even though I just want to remind everybody that you are energy and just have fun with this, it's Paul the Venetian. He is like very Victorian looking. He's got like a white floofy scarf that he could maybe use as a snot rag if push come to shove, and it's sort of tucked down into his white little jacket, and he's got this emerald green overcoat and a beautiful rose. My friend Asiel would pick Paul the Venetian. Okay, I know who he would pick. And he has this message of experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So this is like a beautiful lover. I mean, they're all beautiful lovers, but which lover do you want to pick? Which supportive love day partnership do you want to pick? I mean, this can just be energy that you want to surround yourself. Do you want to focus this weekend on light activation with Sanat Kumara? Do you want to get your light bolstered? Would you like a lover who helps support you in shining your light, that you're not afraid of shining your light in front of? As a matter of fact, he is there for you to remind you to listen to your internal guidance. He doesn't want to boss you around or tell you what to think or do or go. Like, he wants you to be sovereign. He understands that that is the best way for him to support you, by helping you shine your light. If so, pick pile number 1, pick the lover, Sanat Kumara. All right, if this weekend you want to focus on your ascension, like going to the next level with Serapis Bey, and he's a hunk. I'll just straight up, like, He is the hunkiest one here. He wants you to move into your true self, and he may just help you do that, to rise above the darkness. He's like, the light is here. Yo, baby, what's up? It's me. But yet it's this beautiful, there's this turquoise energy, gold energy. But yeah, there is absolutely that Egyptian vibe going on. I mean, they're just sexy, okay? Egyptian vibes are just sexy, and that's what Serapis Bay is bringing in this weekend. So if you're all about maybe this weekend, like seeing like, dang, like what is the next step up on the ladder of ascension for me, and this lover is willing to help you move into your true self in any way he can. It is time to rise above the darkness. So this will be like fun. The light is here. It's time to like stop giving our attention to the darkness or anything else that we don't prefer. And Serapis Bay will definitely help you take your mind off of the lower frequencies and focus in on the golden light of ascension. All right, so pick that pile, pick the middle pile if you want Serapis Bay as your lover. Now, if you are just ready for love of the most divine, unconditional, like just we are moving into a phase in our incarnation where it is becoming possible to have unconditional love flowing through us, and having that shared with another, experiencing grace. I mean, hopefully we're going to do this in every way all day possible with everyone. I accept God's love and extend it equally to all. But before we can do that, because we ain't Jesus, okay, before we can just all of a sudden understand like who we are, what we are, and how, I mean, unless, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it might be more practical to start with one person experiencing grace, experiencing unconditional love. Sort of like, you know, in your mind being like, you know what? I'm going to step out of ego in this relationship and turn it into a holy relationship. Like, what would happen if I stop judging my partner, my lover? What would happen if I just am going to pour every drop of love into this experience? Let it flow through me. Quit pinching it off. Share my gifts with grace. Like, what would happen if I 100% fully, completely, totally allowed myself to unconditionally love someone, or love someone, or extend? See, you're just extending it. You are the conduit. You are the open, hollow reed, like the tree guides wanted to talk about yesterday. You're just going to funnel it and let it flow through you. Waves upon waves upon waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. And so if that sounds good to you, then Paul the Venetian is the lover that you want to pick. Okay, what's so great to me is like, remember that whole like the dating game? It was like an old show, like in the 80s, and like on one side of the wall there would be a woman, and then on the other side there'd be like three dudes, and they couldn't see each other. Like the dudes could see each other, but like the woman could not see the dudes. Like there was a partition. You know what show I'm talking about, right? And like she would ask them questions. And so like that's basically what I'm seeing here for you. You're on the one side of the wall, and then we have Sanat, Kumara, Serapis Bay, and Paul the Venetian on the other side. And they're like little like swirly chair that they're sitting, you know, and Sanat, he's got his golden white light rod he's holding on to. He's pretty serious, but you know, he's there, you know, for light activation. And then we got the hunk in the middle, Serapis Bay. He's all about yo baby ascension. I mean, he just is. And then we have a little softer, romantic Victorian, but super duper handsome. Oh, he has a beard too at the end. Paul the Venetian. Oh yeah, just want to let you know he's got like the whole bit. Okay. So anyway, like a pointy beard, like not like long. He's well groomed. His hair is kind of, you know, combed a little bit to the side, but he's got like that goldeny brown vibe to him and blue eyes. Okay, they're all gorgeous. You ain't gonna go wrong here. But just what do you want? Light activation, ascension, or experiencing grace? And I love that these three came in with, yeah, they're all related, but they are different levels of the walk, of the path, of the journey. Like, do you feel like you need help shining your light? Do you feel like you want to rise above the darkness? Or do you want to feel like you're like ready to share your gifts with grace? There's like a little bit of difference there. And there's definitely different vibe in the dudes. So I'll take a picture at Instagram, Herb Oracle. All right, how else can I sell you these dudes before you know how to pick your pile? Well, Sanat Kumara, just to give you a little resume, Sanat Kumara means eternal youth. Okay, so this first one is the cosmic light being, and he wants to help Earth rise up towards the light. He's actually like the leader of the keepers of the light. So he's very powerful energy. He's been acknowledged as a god in Hinduism. And he has also been recognized as coming from Venus. He brings unconditional love. He has eyes that are made of the cosmos. And he has the ability to penetrate the soul and activate its brightest light yet. So that's your first choice, Sanat Kumara. He does look a little otherworldly because he's a little, like, he's human, but he's lit. Okay, he is a being of light. I don't know how that's going to work for you this weekend. All of these dudes have twin flames, but we're not going to mention Lady Venus right now. But together they activate the heart and light of those who welcome their help. So this first lover is all about shining brighter than ever. Okay, shining brighter than ever. So that's your first choice. Now, just to give you a little more insight on your second choice, Serapis Bay. He is the keeper. He is the light keeper in charge of ascension. So yeah, he's also powerful too. He did spend some time in Egypt. He served as a priest, and he would help people passing on to cross over into the light. So he is of assistance, and he will help you to ascend. You can call on him anytime. Ascension means rising up. It reminds us that we all are rising into Christ consciousness, just like Christ did when he gave that demonstration that he could overcome his physicality, his body on the cross. So anyways, this means that Serapis Bay can guide you from the lowest state of being back to the light. Okay, so this is your second choice. He's got that phoenix energy. He will give you support to move out of your own hell, get out of your darkness into a space that you can be supported with your growth, with your journey of ascension. Okay, so that is your second choice. And then Paul, Paul is your third choice. And if you are interested in Paul the Venetian, he is a famous artist. He's said to be the ascended form of Paolo Veronese, a famous artist of the Italian Renaissance. So he's very artsy. He loves Italy. It is believed that on his passing in 1588, he had the opportunity to help humanity by sharing his lifelong wisdom. So he has become now the keeper of the light, who helps us accept our talents and hone our skills so that we can share the beauty of our soul with the world. So he will bring you waves and waves and waves of good energy, of grace, of encouragement. If you're an artist or a musician or a designer, or if you just need help supporting anything that you want to channel your talents, he is going to work with you. So this is like a very collab, very co-creative lover for sure. All right, so that's your choices. I can't sell them any more than that because they're all freaking fantastic. Sanat Kumara, Serapis Bay, or Paul the Venetian. All right, so if you picked Sanat Kumara, It is time to shine your light 100%. No more holding back. You just cannot. You just cannot. So this weekend, you guys are going to be hanging out, and you're going to be actually bringing in a lot of fiery energy, perhaps a lot of passion. So your essential oil with Sanat Kumara is ginger. Ginger comes in with this energy to accelerate, to be daring, to be passionate. I mean, Sanat Kumara on the surface, he looks like all calm and collected because he seems to be like in charge of everything, but he is like just fire. There's this passion, there's this light inside of him. I mean, you know, Lady Venus has trained him well. So if you've been stagnant, if you've been a little frigid, if you've been delayed, Ginger is saying, yeah, I propel myself rapidly, and so can you. And with Sanat Kumara, you can shine your light. You can literally just all of a sudden spark and flame up that fire within you, that internal guidance, that internal furnace, that internal light. You know, it's like, whoa, I didn't even know this energy was inside of me. And Ginger says, hell yeah, she is flaming orange, and really focused and really almost like deliciously vicious looking. Oh my gosh, I just got a PayPal from Carissa. Thank you so much. Hey, I love to be interrupted in my podcast with PayPal notifications. Thank you. So here's what Ginger says. I propel myself rapidly in the direction of my innermost dreams by feeding the fire of my deepest passions. Oh, this is so good. You're going to have a great weekend because it's like, first of all, the flame has been lit. And at this point, it's not going out. It's only going to get accelerated and more daring and more deep, more light activation. So say to yourself, I propel myself rapidly in the direction of my innermost dreams by feeding the fire of my deepest passions. Take a breath. What is it that lights you up? What is it that lights you up? Now, of course, we're picking a lover and like we're like focusing on them. But here's the thing. Ginger's like, first, you need to focus on yourself. Your lover should compliment you. Your lover should remind you to stay on your path, right? And yes, the paths will intertwine. Like I'm seeing like the DNA helix, like they're always like coming, do this with your hands, do this, like you can see me, like weave like snakes that are kind of like swimming upward, you know, like the helix, the DNA thing. And it's like, yeah, but you got to stay in your lane. It is a co-creative dance, but you must feed the fire of your deepest passions, not what anybody else wants, not what your lover wants. What do you want? What do you want? Your innermost dreams. So Ginger says innermost dreams, and Sanat Kumara says internal, inner guidance. So you're definitely, if you pick the first pile, the first lover, you're definitely being reminded to continue on that inner journey, that inner guidance, your inner dreams, your inner desire. You must always be looking inward. All right, your soul flower is Hellebore, empowerment. Yes, this will most definitely empower you. I love the background of the Hellebore. It's this dark purpley, which actually made me realize that Sanat Kumara also has the darkest purple. It's almost black. It's like darkest purple and black background. And he's got light language on his shirt and on behind him, like streaming down. And what that looks like is a bunch of squiggle lines that you can't read, but your soul can interpret it. Your soul can receive the activations, the light activations, light language. So if you ever do any journaling, maybe this weekend, just put on some music, open up your mind and squiggle and do whatever the fuck you want on paper. And it might just look like a bunch of nonsense, but it is a creative and spiritual endeavor for you to pursue if you're looking to activate more of your light. Let your hands dance and move any way they want to. Let your body move any way they want to. Open up your mouth and let yourself speak a language that doesn't make no sense, right? Like, this is how light wants to express itself. So Sanat is encouraging you to do that, and so is Hellbore with empowerment. Hellbore wants you to know how powerful you truly are and to help you tap into your innate female wisdom. And so does your lover, Sanat Kumara. That's why he's like reminding you not to look to him, but look to yourself. Look into yourself, into your innate female wisdom. You know what you need to do. You know it. It is time to honor yourself. It is time to stop hiding and stand in your own magnificent light with your head held high. So Hellbore goes 100% with Sanat's message of light activation to shine your light. And now Hellbore is saying, yeah, stop hiding. Stand in your magnificent light. Your head held high, just like ginger root, just like the essential oil of ginger. She has her chin up. Her hair is flaming up in fire. I mean, she is proud to shine her fiery light. And so should you. So give yourself permission to connect with your heart and lead the way. Stop thinking with your stupid human mind. No offense, but we all need to hear this. Start leading with your heart. All right? So you may have like not one thought maybe you didn't want Sanat as your lover, because he's a freaking light being. He's like half there, half not. You know what I mean? He doesn't come off like the stud muffin we're going to talk about next, Serapis. And you were just sort of like maybe judge Sanat for like the way he looked. That is your mind. That is your mind, your ego mind, focusing on bodies, focusing on forms and flesh. If you stop thinking with your mind and start, quote, thinking with your heart, you're going to be more guided by vibes. You're going to be more guided by feelings, by connections, by energy, by light. You're going to see through the ego illusion of form. And so let your heart lead the way. Like if you have a connection with somebody, even though on the surface it don't make no sense. You're like, my family's going to hate him. Like, you know, he's kind of rough looking, or it's like, I don't even know why I'm attracted to this person. You're attracted to that person because of their light. Your heart connects with their heart. And the ego says, well, fuck that. Like, we can't take him to a dinner party. Your ego does not care about love. Your heart does. You, as a free will being, get to choose. Who do you want to guide and lead the way? Do you want an egoic connection that really is actually empty? It looks good. Yeah, you guys look good. You look good together. But that's all we can say about you, because there's just no substance. He doesn't empower you. You don't empower him. It's like it's just physical, superficial, scratching the surface of possibilities. And if that's all you want, you're allowed. But if you want someone who empowers you, who reminds you that you are a being of light, that you should shine your light, that you should be daring, that you should follow your deepest passions and your innermost dreams as you listen to your inner guidance, if you want someone who gives you permission to shine your light, because they are too, and they're not asking you to do anything less or be any different than what you are. Just know that you do have that choice in the world. All right, I want to send you off with some flowers. Clematis. All right, so your Valentine's Day flowers are clematis. These are very eccentric flowers. So, I'm talking about looks, and this lady on here, she is cosmic, and these are purplish, light purple flowers, so they look really good next to Sanat. she's got these big old what's that called? Like Willy Wonka, like the new Willy Wonka, you know, them big round goggles, like metallic goggles, steampunk. Hello, came to me. She's very steampunk looking. She's got a black hat, steampunk black sunglass goggles. She's got a skull necklace. She's wearing a shiny, iridescent purple and pink boudoir deer corset over her black dress. Okay. And she has a message of motivation for you. So how cool is this? Because Sanat, your lover, also wants to motivate you to shine your light and listen to your inner guidance. Ginger absolutely wants to motivate you out of your stagnant, frigid energy. You have not been living a life of love and light and excitement and warmth and passion at all. You have not been stepping into your power. So Clematis is here to just give you the motivation of all the things that Hellbore, Ginger, and Sanat are encouraging you to do. And they're really fantastic, beautiful flowers. All right, so another flower that I'm going to send you off with is another purple flower. You have definite purple vibes with this first pile, and it is Vervain. So I want to look up Vervain here for you. It's number 31. And the flower essence remedies are always good for cluing you in, maybe what you need to settle or work on emotionally. She has her hand on her chest. She literally has her hand on her heart chakra, her higher heart chakra. And Vervain, oh my gosh, Vervain says, your enthusiasm is a sacred fire. And then we have Ginger over there just looking at us with her flaming eyes and her flaming hair, knowing this is your message, this fire within you. Why have you not let it burn bright? Well, that stops tonight, honey. Sanat says that holding back stops tonight. We've got Clematis with motivation. We've got Vervain saying your enthusiasm is a sacred fire. We've got Hellbore with empowerment. We've got Ginger with passion. Now, you do have to respect it, Vervain says, and you do have to nurture it carefully. Okay, this fire, fire does have the capability of getting a little crazy or getting a little snuffled. So in this way, when you respect it and you nurture it, neither you nor others will burn with the flames of your passion. You don't want to burn up your lover, even though you couldn't because he's Sanat, Kumara, he's a light being, but you don't want to burn up yourself. You don't want to exhaust yourself. You don't want your flaming passion to become unmanageable. So you respect it, you nurture it, and you tame the fire to heat the earth. So what Vervain is suggesting is that you channel this passion into your projects, into your creations. Now, Clematis, she just wants to chime in real quick. Clematis wants to bring in a little message for you. You just need a little push or shove, perhaps some motivation from above. Get up, get out, don't procrastinate. The time is now, don't leave it too late. Respond to the crack of the whip, don't delay. While the sun is shining, get out, make hay. So it's like, yeah, get this fire going and then move on it. Okay, accelerate, Ginger says. Feed the fire of your deepest passions, your innermost dreams. It's time, it's time. And I got a little sweet, what's this called? Whispers of love for you. And she too has her hand on her heart. Her hair is flaming with feathers. She seems like a wind goddess. And she says to turn on your heart light. All right, so if you pick Sanat Kumara with light activation, you are going to be shining bright, you're fiery, you're passionate, you're going to turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. So you want to, if you're having a little trouble stoking those flames of love within you, put your hand on your chest right now, over your heart or up on your higher heart chakra, or wherever. Just spread your hand out as big as your hand can get and cover as much of your chest as you can. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thump on your chest 3 times and say, my higher heart is activated now. And open yourself to the memory of a time when you did indeed experience love. You had that brightly burning light of love flowing through you. It could be when you were doing something or someone where you were following your passion. Maybe you were just experiencing bliss in the moment, or loving an object of attention, or letting yourself see someone in their grandest light. And as you saw them, you saw yourself. So as you see the love in others, you recognize the love in yourself. As you start to see everyone as light, you will understand yourself as light. As you see your brother, you will see yourself. So think of a time and reflect when you did experience love, and allow this to gather momentum, to gather the motivation, to activate more and more. Allow this loving, fiery, it's a fire in your chest. Allow it to grow. Allow it to grow and be sustained with your nurturance. And to end this beautiful reading, if you picked Sanat Kumara as your lover, how sweet is this? This looks like a fucking firelight as well, and it's faithfulness. So this kind of love is faithful. When you're in this type of love, when this is the type of love you are extending, you are faithful. You are experiencing faithfulness to that which you truly are, which is the love of Source. And it will flow and grow within you unending. I commit to my mind, heart, and will. I am devoted to the needs of my soul. I trust in myself, in God, and the universe. I commit to my mind, heart, and will. I am devoted to the needs of my soul. I trust in myself, in God, and the universe. All right, now we're on to our second bro. All right, so when I was taking a picture of Sanat's first pile, like I could see Serapis Bay up in the corner, and he does kind of seem like that dude that's like he's gonna respect your current relationship, but he's also like in your periphery. All right, you guys, it's just we've not had fun for a while, so I mean, even on my worst day, I still find time to laugh and have fun. But I'm just saying, like, I just need maybe a night with my hoes, and so we could just be so bad. Okay, Serapis Bay. Sorry, focus in. He's all about ascension. If you pick the second pile, if you pick the second lover, Serapis Bay, he wants you to move into your true self. You literally cannot go wrong with any of these lovers, because it's just wherever you're at, I feel like you're going to attract what you're ready for, what would benefit you, you know, things like that. So Serapis wants you to move into your true self. He really does. But he's also kind of recognizing that you've been in darkness. Come on now, girl. Like, he doesn't want you to, like, you know, see him as anything other than your equal. Okay, I do like that about everybody here. Everybody wants you to see you as an equal. However, it is going to seem like he's saving you from yourself. He just wants you to realize that you can rise above the darkness. The light is here. The light is in you, but he is going to help shine for you so that you can see. So that you can see that you need to move into your true self. So, and he looks fantastic. And his eyebrows are probably better than yours. He's got those wings of eyeliner coming out from his eyes. But it works with his gold and turquoise Egyptian headpiece. So, you know. All right. So, anyways, you guys are going to have fun this weekend. You're going to smell, let's see how you guys are going to smell. Fresh and clean. I really wanted like this to be like, you know, myrrh or something, but it's not. It's eucalyptus. All right, so yeah, this is the vibe. Eucalyptus is all about transform, covered, and heal. So he does realize that you've been in darkness, and it's time now to stop drowning. Eucalyptus says if you've been feeling like a sloth, if you've been in darkness and it has had something to do with addictions, and you're just like literally drowning it, the light is here. He is going to help save you from yourself. So eucalyptus says, I break free from all that does not serve me so that I may grow. It is safe for me to transform myself and the world around me. So as you transform yourself, the world around you does indeed change. The world never, ever, ever, ever changes by you trying to change it. The only way you change the world is by changing yourself first. Only and when and only if you transform will the world around you transform. That's how that works. You first. You first. And as you rise above the darkness that you have created, you will create light for yourself. So as you free yourself from all that does not serve you, which you have to understand, first of all, you created all that. So in some way, I just want to interject that it did serve you. Don't condemn your darkness. Don't put yourself down for your addictions or whatever the fuck it was. That shit served you. Like when I think about my sister and how she is still in darkness, but she's dove into the depths of darkness that you cannot even imagine a human would even want to do. I always think, wow, you are going to really get the rewards of this when you finally allow yourself to be freed from it. I mean, the drowning feeling, the darkness feeling, the suffocating feeling, all of that. It's like when you pull a rubber band back, you're pulling the rubber band back into the darkness and you're pointing it towards the light. The further you pull it back into the darkness, the farther you're going to launch your ass into the light when you decide to heal and transform. The transformation will just happen as soon as you let that rubber band go. As soon as you just let yourself release. As soon as you free yourself. And how do you break free? You just fucking let the rubber band go. You just stop it. You stop feeding the addiction. You just choose differently. It's that simple. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. So the light is here. And as soon as you're ready to propel yourself towards it, you're going. Okay, so what I just noticed was, like, I put these cards down in a different order than I did the other ones. So I'm just going to go with the fact that I'm not going to be consistent today, and I'm going to give you a sweet love message next, because I guess you need it quicker. You need it right now. You need this unicorn right now. You got a unicorn that's made up of the cosmos and all creation, and she has a message for you. You are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. So I guess you needed this, because whenever I told you that you could just stop your addiction, you could just stop drowning. And this is even sloth energy too. Like, if you just want to stop being slothy, it's like, listen, you can do it. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose to do. It's going to be easy as soon as you see it as so. So recognize this truth that you are limitless, and boom, or bing, or poom, I don't know what sound it's going to make. When you let that rubber band go, this transformation is almost going to feel instantaneous as Serapis Bay helps you move into your true self. You literally just instantly rise above the darkness and into the light. I know, right? Okay, so let's see what kind of flower magic you've got going on. Yep, you got sea holly, travel. So yeah, that's what the ascension is going to feel like to you as you allow yourself to rise up. You are traveling upward in frequency. You are traveling out of darkness and into light with sea holly. And she just wants to chime in real quick to say, let's see what sea holly has to say for you in your travels here. And you know what, look at that cosmic unicorn above there, traveling in the cosmos, traveling with Serapis Bay. Take a trip. 'Tis time to travel. Get away before things unravel. The path is clear for you to take. Pack your bags and enjoy a break. By land, sea, air, or to the other world, this journey's meaning will be unfurled. So sea holly is saying, like, yes, you need to travel. You need to travel out of darkness and into light. That may or may not require you actually physically moving yourself out of the situation that's keeping you down. Like, if you are, covered with addictions, okay, you actually literally need to maybe not be there or with those people or whatever. So understand that, but also understand that this is more of an energetic move in your mind, in your energy, in your ascension. So sea holly just comes in to validate that traveling, that rising above the darkness, that ascension into light. So your lover Serapis Bay also brings in a soul flower for you, and it is chickweed with tolerance. So yeah, you were kind of questioning the fact that if you could let go of your addictions. Yes, you can. You are limitless. You are fully capable of traveling. And chickweed says, yeah, you're tolerant too. You've got serious tolerance. How do you think you're not dead by now? So chickweed is tough and knows her power. And she wants you to know it too. She knows how to shine despite challenges and tough circumstances. She knows she is limitless. So when you need to make a difficult decision, because this could be easy, but no one is under, I know it's a difficult one. I know it can be super tough. It's just tough because it's in your mind. You may have been in darkness for a really long time, addicted to something for a really long time, resistant of healing for a really long time, and it is a mental battle with yourself. But you need to make that decision, even if it's difficult. That is time to travel now out of the darkness. And chickweed will help you strengthen your self-confidence, your understanding, so that you can tap into your own wisdom, your own inner wisdom with grace and compassion, and understand that you are limitless and you are fully capable of doing this. You are fully capable of breaking free from all that does not serve you. You are absolutely strong enough to grow. You are 100% safe to transform yourself. You are limitless, and the world around you will transform with you as you heal, as you travel out of darkness and into light. Yeah, with your studly lover, Serapis Bay. And now we end with harmony, because that is what you want. after you have been in strife, in sloth, in darkness, in addiction, after you've been drowning for so long, harmony is what you want. Harmony and opening yourself to the divine energy within you. I almost skipped over, because the back is so pretty, I almost skipped over your Bach flower. And I don't even know how I could, because it has everything to do with what you've been doing. You got 27, rock water. So yeah, you've had to be tolerant because things have been rocky for you. And Serapis knew that. That's why he's here to help you rise above the darkness. The light is here. Now, rock water is a Bach flower remedy and essence. It's number 27, and it wants to remind you that the world is a symphony of brilliant, delicate, subtle, shaded, bold, pure, and blended colors. So it's time to abandon the illusion. Abandon the illusion of having found the best color, because it simply does not exist. Every flower, every moment, every situation presents different colors. So that's why I'm saying, don't condemn your path. Don't regret. No regrets, right? You are limitless, and you decided to come to this earth plane to see what darkness was all about. And dang, you certainly did. But you have found colors in that. You have found experience in that, strength in that, truth in that. You have found the experience of rising out of that. So rock water wants you to enjoy the beauty of the universe and open yourself up to the pleasures of life. Real pleasures now, not just what your ego perspective has gotten addicted to. Not negative pleasures, real pleasures, the truth that you are indeed limitless, the real pleasure of harmony, the real pleasure of rising into the light of ascension. I open myself to the divine being within me. I am the image of God. Thus, I have the power to bring light into my life. I turn any darkness in me into something beautiful. In the absence of resentment, anger, or doubt, I find harmony. So let your addictions to negative frequencies go. Use forgiveness. Use your limitless. Use your God-given power as an aspect of the Creator to create, to transform. I open myself to the divine being within me. I am the image of God. Thus, I have the power to bring light into my life. I turn any darkness in me into something beautiful. I transform. In the absence of resentment, anger, addiction, negativity, or doubt, I find harmony. All right, the last contestant. Did you pick number 3, Paul the Venetian? I guess, like, if the first 2 didn't appeal to you, you're like, oh, I'll just take that guy. Hey, third time's a charm, worth waiting for, and maybe save the best for last. Who knows? So if you picked Paul the Venetian as your lover, you will be experiencing grace. Really, what a sweet, sweet, beautiful man. And I think under that handkerchief and rose, he's a stud too. All right, so Paul the Venetian is about experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves upon waves upon waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So I really feel like this is a matchup where you are stepping into service with your lover. He's certainly encouraging you. He is certainly sending waves of inspiration and love to you. And he wants you to extend it equally to all as well. Share your gifts with grace. You don't really have it until you can share it. I mean, you can have talents and love and whatever inside of you, but it's not really yours until you own it by sharing it. Because you can only give something that you have to give. So if you want to claim your gifts, you have to share them. You have to give them. If you want to own the love that is you, the best way to own something is to be the rightful owner and give it. Does that make sense? Experiencing grace with Paul the Venetian. So your lover has waves and waves of inspiration and love to offer you. And then he wants you to offer them out as well. So yeah, there's a lot of pink, unconditional love energy around him. And the rose is pink. And rose is of the purest vibration, highest frequency type of love. So beautiful. Let's see how you guys are going to be smelling this weekend. Not like a rose at all. You got juniper. Okay, so juniper is very like Christmas tree, right? Like kind of that kind of smell. It has a message of purification and temperance and smoke. And the flip side of juniper might be like obliterate, hazy, and consumed. So the only thing that I noticed visually in connection with these two cards is like, remember how I said Paul has like this pinkish energy behind him? Like the pink, rosy, he's got like this rosy, creamy, almost smoky type of swirly energy behind him. And juniper has smoky, swirly kind of energy within her as well, as she's coming out of the fog, as she's coming out of the smoke, out of the haze. And juniper says, the same fire that I draw warmth and light from can also consume in the absence of self-control. I am purified by temperance. So it kind of reminds me of, the ginger that we had earlier. That it's like, yeah, like fire can get out of control. But this is almost more of like smoke from fire. You ever get smoke in your eyes? Oh my gosh, like from a bonfire, it's like, and then you cannot see for the haze. So have you ever driven in fog that's like thick as pea soup and you have to turn off your headlights, just have your low lights on so you can even see a little bit? I mean, that is the time to pull over. But some of us choose to keep going. But it's like this smoke, this fire, it could consume you if there is no self-control. So you want to have temperance, absolutely. So there's this message coming in with juniper, and we'll see if we can kind of get a little more insight on that. But it's like, it's kind of like an emergence. I feel like there's this emerging sense of maybe perhaps vision. Maybe perhaps you're seeing clearly now through the eyes of love. You're seeing clearly now with self-control too. So sharing your gifts with grace doesn't mean that you have to give everything that you own away and be a doormat. It's like you can give and still have a little like self-control, but it's just kind of naturally. It's like grace does not mean that like you give the shirt off your back unless you're inspired to do so. Like sharing your gifts with grace, having a little bit of temperance, a little self-control, so that you yourself are not depleted. And so maybe Paul the Venetian, your lover for the weekend, will teach you how to do this. Like give to yourself and give to others, giving your gifts with grace, allowing yourself to be filled completely and fully, and then giving is natural and graceful and easy and does not deplete you. You don't need to constantly be worried about being consumed by giving and sharing your gifts, because you've opened up the valve. You've let the flow happen. So that is good temperance. That's a good lesson, actually, especially like with service to others. Like you think like there, you might get, depleted. No, not if you're doing it right. Not if you're doing it with juniper and with temperance. Okay, let's see what your soul flower is. Oh my gosh. You got rose. All right, so back on the love path. Okay, good. It was a good little reminder with juniper, to have self-control and temperance, and understand that, this fire can consume you, but it can also guide you and light you, but keep it under check. And then Rose is like, all right, but let's get back to Paul. Let's get back to Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. And now she brings in joy. So it is only when we are in the experience of love and grace and unconditional presence that we will open ourselves to joy, to waves of inspiration that lead us to joy. Love leads us to joy. Rose is comforting and soothing. And yes, Paul is wearing a rose on his chest for you. It is comforting and soothing. Rose infuses your heart and soul with gratitude and joy, and helps you to stay centered and loving to yourself and others when it is needed most. When is it needed most? Every moment. But even in times where it's like, wow, you're not really the easiest person to love right now, rose and joy and love and grace come in and help keep you centered, help keep you tempered with juniper. It's help keeping you in that place of, I want to say, balance, of awareness, of seeing clearly, even if it does get a little hazy, like you still can see unconditional love. Now, rose reminds you to be open to the sweetness of life and supports your personal growth whatever the conditions surrounding you may be. So experiencing grace no matter what. Having that kind of lover this weekend that it's like, it's okay. Like whatever's going on is okay. Like we are in love. Not that we're in love, but like we are in love because it surrounds us all the time. So like, yeah, technically we are in love because we are love. We find it easy to love because we know that's what we are. And we understand that all these outer circumstances are just smoke and mirrors, as Juniper puts it. The smoke comes in, the fog comes in, and it might settle for a while and even cloud your vision, and it might be hard to see. But then guess what blows over? Guess what blows out? Everything is only temporary in the outside world. What is eternal and everlasting is love. So maintain that inner sense, that inner space, that heart space. Stay centered, stay tempered, and stay open to the sweetness of life. All right, got you some Valentine's Day flowers. They're daffodils. This is when you're gonna have to just tap into that unconditional love, because you wanted roses, but whatever, I guess you got daffodils. Daffodils are like a very fertile flower, so stay open to the sweetness of life. Stay open to creation, to creativity, to new projects, to sharing your gifts in new ways with Paul the Venetian. There is a pregnant mama on this, and it does have a message of fertility, but what needs to grow? Your personal growth. So it's up to you whether you want a baby or not. Most of us are over that, but your personal growth. What is it that you want to have grow in your life so that you can experience love and grace through it and share it with others? So that's the one thing about like being a co-creative partner, having creation in your life, following your passions, your bliss. Paul is very much an artist. So it's like, if you've got these great ideas and you love them, find joy in them. Find love in them. Love yourself up enough to allow yourself to follow your little dream seeds. All right, let's see what your lovey message is. Aw. So I was like, yeah, you wanted roses, but Paul got you daffodils. And the Whispers of Love card is express love through gifts. So just appreciate the gift. Appreciate that Paul even got you a flower. That was nice. Okay. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. Express love through gifts. And what did Paul say? Share your gifts with grace. So it can be material, sure. It could be flowers. It could be something sweet like that. But your gifts can come in many forms. It could be a hug. It could be laughter. It could be a song. It could be an open ear. It could be presence, or not like wrapped presence, like actually just awareness, presence, attention, offering someone the space to be with you in your unconditional love, in your joy. But yeah, if you are the creative type and you have something you want to offer to someone, a gesture of love, look, I made you this. Yeah, because in making this for you, in creating this for you, I'm expressing my love through this gift for you. So it is a very sweet thing to express your love to someone through a gift, even if it is just a stupid fucking daffodil. All right, so who do we have now? Your flower essence is Cerato, C-E-R-A-T-O, Cerato, and it's number 5. So number 5 always makes me think of change. I didn't notice any other numbers, although now I see that the express love through gifts is number 19. Let's see what Cerato is all about. It's a young lady that's kind of looking unsure of herself, but let's see what number 5 says. I don't think I've ever pulled this card, actually. Paul the Venetian brings in Cerato, and she says, you are curious and open towards the world, trusting in others' wisdom and experience. So you've been trusting in other people's wisdom and experience. The world risks becoming a labyrinth, a room of mirrors, a forest where you can get lost and ask too many questions to any wayfarer. Heed your instinct, as there is more wisdom in your gut reaction than in an entire library. So it's like, that takes me back to the juniper card. So that finally connects it a little bit better for me. So in that same fire that I draw warmth and light from also could consume me in the absence of self-control, also could fog my vision, also could make enough smoky haze that I don't know where the fuck I am, right? It could consume me in that. So if I feel lost, if you feel lost in any of this, you do have to call on grace. You do have to call on your intuition. You do have to listen to your instinct. There's more knowledge in your gut reaction than an entire library. So these waves of inspiration that are coming to us, that our lover Paul's bringing to us this weekend, we need to listen to the inner voice, the inner guidance. Yes, there's lots to research and get interested in. And I mean, I love it. But, you know, all throughout the day, I was going to say at the end of the day, but then I changed it to all throughout the day. I have to be listening to myself, my inner self, my inner guidance, my inner heart, my inner love, my inner rose. I have to know when something feels like a wave of inspiration and love, or when something feels like suffocating smoke that's choking me. Like, you've got to know what feels on and what feels off to you. All right, so thank you for that. It's like this is a beautiful message, but then Juniper and Serato are just kind of like coming in with like a little reality check here and there. Like we just want to hang out with Paul and experience grace, you know, and express our love through gifts. But then it's also saying like a little reasoning, a little common sense. Like intuition isn't just like airy fairy shit. Like it clues you in. It really does. I mean, just because you're in your heart space doesn't mean you're going to be seeing through rose-colored glasses and lose sight of your discernment in your direction. You will still have that, just in now the most beautiful way. All right, so where does this all lead? Dang, this all leads to freedom. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see freedom coming from experiencing grace. But now that I let that energy flow through me, yeah, that is what will ultimately happen. I didn't think that through rose and joy and love that I was going to have freedom. But that is what I'm going to birth with my creative pursuits with daffodil and my temperance with juniper. Having the freedom to see clearly, having the freedom to love, having the freedom to bring energy through in waves upon waves of love and inspiration, and then sharing them with grace, sharing my gift, my gifts with everyone, sharing the gift of love with everyone, extending it equally to all. That is freedom. Accepting God's love and understanding what you truly are is freedom. With the biggest F, TGIF, yeah, like TGI freedom. Thank God it's freedom. I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. So as we experience grace, as we let these waves of inspiration and love come to us and flow through us, it helps us to cast off negative thoughts. And then when we get into our heart space, we find peace. We understand that it doesn't matter how smoky and hazy things get around us, we discover the being of light within us. And so as we work to free ourselves of darkness, we open up ourselves to the freedom of love and joy. And yes, Paul the Venetian, grace. Dang, well, I hope you picked the right lover for you. I think they were all good. All those messages you can literally take to the bank. You can take it all to the bank, the heart bank, the love bank, the sweet bank, absolutely, because that is where it's at. Only love is real. So this weekend, no matter who you're with, what you're doing, even if you're by yourself, get into your heart space. Invite these love guides into your life in any way that you want, and let the power of love empower you. Let our Herb of the Week Bae protect you and let you feel the abundance of love. Like everything is flowing into you. Can you open up and receive it? Because first, before you can give love out, you have to receive it. So let it in. Let love in. And definitely this weekend, enjoy your lovers. I want to say lovers because I'm talking to you, the one who picked all three. Good job, honey. Good job.